Okay, we're gonna do this while I do my makeup because I'm a little behind today. Look, your girl's got a busy schedule, okay? I'm a mom, and then I help homeschool my kid, take care of my house. I have my judging videos that I do. I just did that for like 2 hours today. I have my Etsy business. I did that for a few hours today. Cleaning my house, taking my kid to ride his bike, get some physical activity with him. I'm just, and then I'm getting ready to go to work. Like, it's just nonstop. So what we're going to do today is we are going to watch this Gabby Douglas interview because I'm really excited. Sorry if my audio is not as good as last time. I don't have my mic plugged in because I am going to be doing my makeup, so I don't want the mic to be picking up things I'm doing with my makeup because I think it'll be really annoying. But nonetheless, we're going to watch this video together. Gabby Douglas, she's back. She's friggin' back. I'm so excited. Let's do it. Ready? Here we go.
It feels amazing to be back. It feels kind of weird. I don't know, I didn't foresee this, but it feels so amazing to be back in the gym and, doing what I love.
Why does she look the same? She looks the exact same. Oh my gosh.
I've never announced any sort of retirement, and I honestly, deep down, I never wanted to like fully give it up and walk away. I remember even telling my sister, because so many companies was like, hey, so like, are you thinking about going to another Olympics? Like, are you currently training? And I would always say like, we'll see, like, I don't know. And I really think though, like that time, kind of like stepping back away from the sport and figuring out myself in life helped me. Between like the 2013 and 2016 journey was really hard for me. Man, there was a lot going on, and I went through a really rough time. But I just took a step back and I moved to Dallas. And so I was doing a lot of work on the farm. And I don't know, I just really put in perspective my life. And
wait, why is that like so great? Bro, look, I've never worked on a farm, but I'm from Texas. Like, we know about that farm life, to say the least. Like, we have a respect for ranchers and farmers. Like, we get it, right? Your food doesn't just magically show up in the grocery store. I don't know if like a lot of you guys know that, but your food doesn't just magically show up in a grocery store. Okay, it usually has to do with farmers, but there is a lot of work that goes into being, whether you're farming agriculturally or you're a rancher, a ranch hand. There's a lot that goes into that. And you want to talk about building character, the farm will do that to you, because at the end of the day, Mother Nature, animals, they don't care. You figure it out, you buck up, or things are going to happen. Your crops are going to die, your animals are going to go hungry, they're going to be acting crazy, these animals, because they're wild animals. They're going to try to get out of your little fences. They're going to be doing stuff. There's a lot of work to do when you're on a farm or you're on a ranch. And that is like, I think everybody should have to go for like a summer or a few months at a time and go work on a ranch or a farm and just get out of the world, essentially. Like, just go literally where there's not too much human interaction and you really are just surrounded by nature and animals and reality. I think of like how it is to sustain for yourself and to live off the land and what it looks like behind the scenes, like I said, of how we have food and how we survive and blah blah blah. I just think being on a ranch or a farm, it can build a lot of character, and it's really good, an experience that is really good for people to understand. And like I said, it gets you kind of out of reality where you get so focused on your work in terms of being outside that you don't really have all this time in the world to check your phone and be in the social media world. You're out there in the real world with in farming, and you're in with animals, and you're on the land. And there's just something, I know I look crazy right now, trust the process, and there's just something about being out in nature. Like, it really is healing. And especially being in the sun, it's a very healing place, the sun is, when you're out there. So it really does kind of set your soul right and your equilibrium back, and how, you know, it just kind of sets, I don't remember the word like I'm looking for, but just kind of sets that balance back if you feel a little off. And you can just go spend time in nature and on land and in the sun. It really is healing in a lot of ways. And I think that's kind of what she's talking about is, you know, when you go work on the farm like that, it really does put a lot of things into perspective for you reality wise. And it's good for you. It's good for you to experience that type of hard work. Not that she never has. It's just a different type of hard work that she's probably never had to do before. Obviously, she's a very hard worker. She wouldn't be an Olympian, you know, but it's a different type of hard work out on the farm. But I think that's really awesome that she did that. That's like, ooh, I'm like kind of jealous, honestly, because just to be in one with nature again, to be farming and I'm not trying to like glorify farming, because it's really not that glorious of a job in terms of like, you know, it's really hard work and it's not easy, and it takes time and patience and money and all of those things. But I'm just trying to get across just how beautiful essentially farming and ranching and being out there on the land really is. And I think it can do a lot of people a lot of good, just kind of being out there and whatever. So hopefully, you know, all of that makes some sense. But I think that's really interesting that she did that. And it seemed to have been, you know, a good idea. It seemed to have been a time where she was able to kind of reset from the years, you know, prior. So it's interesting.
Just a lot of things. And while I was working out, I felt super light and energized. And I was like, wow, maybe I can kind of like go back in the gym and just, you know, see what I can do. I love competition. I think that's my favorite part, and I missed it. And I was like, how do I kind of like get this kind of out, like this competitive spirit in nature? And I told my sister, I was like, maybe I'll do the rodeo. Maybe I'll do like, you know, since we're living on the farm, I'll do like barrel racing.
Oh my gosh, she said, let me do the rodeo, bro. If you've never been to the rodeo, put that on your bucket list. Go to a rodeo. So I live in San Antonio. We're in Texas. We got 3 major rodeos that are happening. Either the San Antonio Rodeo, Houston Rodeo, or the Dallas-Fort Worth Rodeo, stock shows and all. And the rodeo is literally so fun to watch because it's so scary. It's really intense. What they do is really dangerous. Like riding on a horse, definitely riding a bull. Those are things that, you know, it's not that safe if you think about it. It's really not. But it's so exciting, and it's just, I have so much respect for that sport because it really is so hard, especially when you're on this wild animal that can literally kill you at any moment. It's quite scary and intimidating. So it's really funny that she said that. She said, I'm gonna work on the farm, and now she's like, nah, I'm gonna do rodeo. It's funny.
Do something. But then I was like super scared to do that because you're like on a horse, and I heard kind of like horror stories. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll just like get back in the gym and kind of do it. It was very, very quick. Like I said, I missed it. And so I just started training again, and I just kind of found my love for the sport again and kind of found joy within my life. First day I walked into the gym, I did kips on bar, well, barely kips on bars, which is crazy. Like I couldn't even cast, like I did kip, and I was like, am I sure I want to do this? And the few days were...
How long she's been like training, like how long did it take her to get all her skills back? You know, that's like, I'm very interested in that. I've been thinking about kind of like getting back into it a little bit just for fun and just kind of like documenting my experience. And I don't know, I'm thinking of like doing it like mommy gymnastics series, and just, you know, kind of put my little toes in the water. I'm a little scared that I'm either gonna pee on myself or get injured. But I would do it, you know, as slow and ready as possible. But I'm really curious how long it took her to like how, like when did she really start getting back into the gym? think it's been a minute, like over a year. I feel like I saw something like over a year ago that she was getting back into training. So like, makes sense. It's been a minute.
Rough, like getting back into it. I remember doing like a pack on the bars, and I was like, hey Valeria, can you spot me? And it was just really bad. Like I did pack to like my hips, and I was like, oh, I don't know about this. And he's like, no, keep going, you'll be fine. And it also too sort of became like how quickly I could get into Olympic shape, because I had been out for 6 years, didn't touch any sort of equipment. And so it became like a very good challenge for me to see how quickly I could get my skills.
That is so crazy too. Like you want proof about how awesome muscle memory is. This right here, like it really is true. Like your body's amazing. Like your body knows what it just remembers, you know, and that's like, you know, an example of people that experience traumatizing things when like something, they get a smell at that certain moment that was traumatizing, their body will physically react. I know I experience, you know, I'll smell a certain perfume and I get this kind of like panic in my chest because there was one coach that I was like scared of, that she smelled like this perfume and my body will react. And I haven't smelt it in years and years and years, but my body didn't forget. And it's just amazing how the brain and the body work. And you see that with her. And even Simone, when she took some time off, she didn't obviously take as much as Gabby did, but you can see, I mean, honestly, a couple weeks off of gymnastics is a long time. So anything after that, like you're taking some time off. So whether Simone took off the year and Gabby's taken off 6, it's a long time. But the fact that, you know, they get back into it and their bodies just know, like it might be a little harder, it might feel a little more painful, you might pee yourself, but like your body just remembers how to do it. And that's just so, that is so amazing to me. I don't know, it's just
Back.
her skills are so good.
My biggest goal, like I said, was to love the sport that I love doing. And like I said, I never wanted to walk away and hate what I love doing. And my biggest goal is to just go out there and just do the best that I can at this point and have more fun this time around. In 2012, I used to love bars and hate everything else. But now I don't know, I really like it all. I have a very mysterious floor routine. It's very, very different. And so love doing that on the floor. I love being solid on the beam. So yeah, I've kind of like loved it all now. It's weird. I love how the sport has evolved, and there are older girls out there, more experience, and also too like they have like a calm nature about themselves, and you don't see like kind of like these 16-year-olds, like, you know, like you still see the younger 16-year-olds out there, but I think it's great. It just shows everyone that you don't have to be 16 or 17 to keep going. Like I remember when I came back from my second Olympics and everyone was like, 18? No, that's very, very old. And so I think
she's so real though for that. Like, it's funny when she talks about like she feels more calm now, or like there's more like a calm presence to her. And I think it just really goes to show that maybe the girls in gymnastics who go to the Olympics so young is not the best idea. And what I mean by that is like, obviously, like the reason we did it so young is because there was this, you know, assumption and false narrative of like, once you turn 18, it's never gonna happen, you know? There was like this pressure on us to do it young or we were gonna miss our chance, and that's obviously not true. Look at Simone, look at Gabby, Chelsea Mimmel did it, even Nastia was kind of a bust, but you know, she did it and she tried and whatever. But it's just kind of telling, and it's interesting, and you know, maybe the calmness that she feels and has now is because she was a child when doing all of this. Like, she was 15. She didn't have her license yet. And she's flying halfway across the world and winning the Olympics. Like, it's nuts. Like, we're literal children doing this, and like maybe it doesn't have to be that way, or maybe it can be both ways. Like, you can be 16, or you can be 26, just like she's showing now. She's 27. Simone's 26, gonna be 27 next year. Like, it's just it kind of makes me, like, I don't want to say sad, but it makes me a little sad thinking about all this pressure we put on ourselves when we were younger. We were kids, we were children, and we were fed this false narrative that we couldn't do when we were older. How insulting and how false is that? Like, look at her, look at Gabby, look at Simone, look at Chelsea, look at all of these gymnasts that Trinity, like they're still going and they're still doing it, even though they're too old compared, apparently to some people. And it's like, I'm so mad that they convinced us that when we were young, that was the only time, and it's just not true. Like, I love that. Just don't give up. Don't give up. Don't stop. If you want to still do it, go do it. It obviously is still possible. Like, even Chelsea created like the adult gymnastics competitions, which I love, which I kind of want to do one day. I feel like it'd be really fun because, like, YOLO, whatever. I look silly, I look stupid, like, oh, give it up, she can't give it up. Like, why would I want to get, like, there's still grown men that go and play, like, in softball leagues. Like, why can't retired gymnasts go and do a little gymnastics meet as an adult? Like, I don't know. I just love gymnastics, and I loved competing, and I loved, like, why not just still go do it? And that's, I love this because it's just encouraging to see, and they're encouraging so many women who are told you're too old and you can't do it anymore and blah, blah, blah. And it kind of gets a little like, oh my God, wait, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can still keep going, and maybe I can still train again and whatever. So it's just like, it's so crazy to see how different she is. And I feel like you're going to see the difference in the Gabbys and the Simones and the Trinities and the Chelseas, those women that are in their mid-20s coming back to the sport or still going in the sport. You see the way they differ from the 16-year-olds. Well, yeah, that's a grown woman versus a teenage girl. More experience, more life experience, more maturity, more time. Like, her brain's now fully developed. It wasn't fully developed when she was 15. And it's really interesting to see that dynamics change. And it really just goes to show, like, maybe being a little older might be a little bit better because you have more experience and things like that. It's just the thing that you're kind of competing against is time and essentially how your body feels. Because, of course, we're like cars. The more you use a car, more miles you put on it, the older it is, and you got to take care of it better. And, that's why we've been pushed as a young gymnast, is because our bodies are a little bit fresher. But honestly, when you think about it, between all the hours and the punching and then the delayed puberty, it kind of just takes the same toll on your body as a 26-year-old who is just 26 and doing gymnastics. But at least she's been able to fully develop, and she's gone through puberty, and that has helped her. And that's important. So it could all just kind of come out to be the same thing, so it's really cool.
And so, we were going to push that boundary of age. I say the younger version needs to talk to the older version of Gabby to, like, never lose that joy and that passion that I do have for the sport, because joy is truly the strength that, I kind of draw from to do gymnastics. I get inspired by a lot of things. I am so inspired by my mom, my sisters, my teammates. Like, I draw inspiration from so many different people because everyone, in my opinion, has different gifts and values that they share, and I relate to, like, all of it. My why is I never want to have regret, and that's why I never wanted to announce any sort of retirement or, like, I'm done with gymnastics, even though things didn't go well the last Olympics, and I never wanted to quit.
That's really kind of sad too to think about. Like, she literally said things didn't go well the last Olympics. Like, it might not have gone well for her and what she maybe expected of herself, but like, girl, you still did the dang thing. You still went to the Olympics again. You still like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of sad that she sees it like that. And who knows if that's just her being hard on herself and having high expectations, or if it's just, you know, people in the gymnastics world in the past, like when this was all going down, you know, were kind of ugly to her. And I know people were being ugly to her all around. Like people were, you know, being hateful to her about the way her hair looked. And they were, you know, saying that her hair should have looked better. And I'm like, she's busy. Like she's gonna go, we're not focusing on the hair. Like leave that girl alone. Let her go and just compete and go focus on that. So like she had people coming for her hair. She's got people coming for her because she was the reigning champion, and Simone was coming up and, you know, obviously won, and she had that pressure. She had a lot of people giving a lot of opinions that weren't warranted, and nor do they hold any weight, but it's still heavy to have opinions thrown at you, especially when you're 18 years old, or however she was at the last Olympics, 18, 19. Like again, that's still to me a kid. Like I know they're of age technically, but like your brain's still not even fully developed, and people are coming at her for, I think, the silliest and craziest things. Like you're so busy on your couch judging and tweeting about her. She's literally halfway across the world representing the country of the couch that you're sitting on. You know, you're literally sitting on a couch in the United States of America tweeting about her negatively while she's out there representing the country. Like just so asinine to me the way people are. It's really crazy to think just like you can't like really really you have that little self-awareness, which people do. People really do have that little self-awareness that I'm gonna tweet about Gabby and how much she sucks at the Olympics as I'm on my couch eating Frito pie. Okay, I want you to say all of that again, just slower. She's at the Olympics sucking. Back up. She's at the Olympics. Case closed. Then you're on your couch eating Frito pie. Okay, back up. You're on your couch. Case closed. You know what I'm saying? So that's what, you know, she was dealing with that kind of crap too, on top of not performing as well as she maybe wanted to. And that's sad to me that she's, and I can't say for certain, but I definitely forgot to put on eyeshadow. That's weird. You know, it kind of makes me sad for her that she looks at the Olympics as a little bit of a failure, which I can understand. You know, we're hard on ourselves as athletes and we expect ourselves to be a certain way, especially when you just won the last Olympics. But, you know, the fact that she sees it as a little bit of a failure, and I don't want to put words in her mouth because she didn't technically say she sees it as a failure, but it just didn't go as well as she wanted to. It's kind of sad for me to think for her that it wasn't as enjoyable, but it's understandable. When you fail, it's not enjoyable, especially at the highest, you know, the highest place you can compete at, which is the Olympics. But I still hope she remains proud of herself for what she accomplished. And especially being the first Black American, or I think Black gymnast ever, not just American, Black gymnast ever to win the all-around. And then Simone goes and does it right after her. Like, it's just cool. So it's like, oh, I hate that, you know, whether it's her just being hard on herself or the world has convinced her that, you know, it didn't go well and she didn't deserve this or she shouldn't be happy about it. Like, that just makes me kind of sad for her. But I'm glad to see her getting back into it and she can, you know, be proud of herself and like, look what she's doing for women right now. She's like literally showing all of us like, girl, you can go work on the farm for 6 years and come back. Like, you got it, sister. You can do that. You know, love that from her.
Quit on a bad day. I wanted to make sure, like, okay, like if I give it my all and really push myself and give it, you know, everything I've got, then I'll be satisfied and be like, okay, like I can finally rest. If you really put in work and you really believe like in yourself, and also too, like other people have so much support and belief in you, why not go for it? No matter your race, no matter how old you are, no matter the circumstance, I would say, you know, go for those dreams. You only live once, so it's, I don't know.
Yeah. Bro, that's literally what I said the other day. I'm like thinking about getting back into some flips and stuff. I'm like, YOLO, you know, bring it back to from 20, what did YOLO get popular, like 2010? YOLO, bringing it back. YOLO. You know what I'm saying? Like, one day I'm not gonna be able to do this, and I'm gonna wish I would have just tried, you know? Psst, YOLO.
Just, yeah, I would just say definitely go for it.
I will, Gabby. I will go for it. I will absolutely do that. All right, you guys, I gotta finish my makeup and head off to work, but hopefully you liked that. Sorry it wasn't as, you know, professional as I normally do it with my little pink mic and whatever, but your girl's busy and we got stuff to do, but I really wanted to get this video out and talk about it because I'm really excited to watch her. Like, fun fact, actually, I was roommates with her at a camp once. She probably has no idea who I am or remembers me because every time I'd go back into the room, she was asleep. That girl slept a lot. And it's funny because, like, during that time, she wasn't Gabby Douglas. She was just Gabby Douglas. Like, this was before she really started popping off. But we didn't really talk much at camp because she was asleep a lot. And then we were at, you know, training, probably crying or starving or hating our lives or all of the above. So that's just a fun little fact. I was her roommate once, and but she was super nice, you know, for the time that she was awake and stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited to watch her, and I hope she does really well. So hope you guys like the video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like my channel, guys. That's what really supports me. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, share this. I got my stuff below, my Etsy's below. Love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.